I got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see
Welcome to the NYC Youth Sports Podcast Show. I'm your host, Coach Uncle Milt, and we here on 18th episodes in strong. And I got to get something off my chest, man. A couple of things happened this week. People calling my phone, talking about, where the games, who got games, what type of games it is. We talking about youth football, y'all. And we going to keep it real here at the podcast show. It's only one business open in town where you're going to get football games that's real and it's going to mean something. Playoffs, Super Bowl, and that's Big Apple. Big Apple is the only business in town in New York City. Due to COVID season, the other leagues shut down. New York League, they took off a year. Metro North, they took off a year. I don't know anything about any other leagues because I didn't get called back to find out how they doing their business. But I'm tired of taps on my shoulder. I'm tired of emails and the texts and saying, oh, this game, I got a game, or I got this, a scrimmage, a crossover game, I'm making up on somebody else's schedule because they got a day off. Ain't no official games. It's just a live practice. And it should be called the way it is, a live practice. So, be honest with you, that's what it is. Next year, it may be everything back to normal. We want everybody to come back strong. But let's keep it real. Big Apple is the only business in town. Go to their website. Come and support their games. They will have playoffs. They will have Super Bowl. It's an entertainment product right now. It's very entertaining. The games are happening all over the city. I was in Brooklyn Sunday. I saw, 5 games out there in Brooklyn? Six games in Brooklyn. Every game was enjoyable. People was out there in their lawn chairs having a good time. That's how it's going to be. I don't want to get tapped on the shoulder no more. Uncle Mill, what you talking about? No, it is what it is. If anybody got any complaints, if anybody got saying Uncle Milt is wrong, my number is 347-776-7070. That's 347-776-7070. Give me a call, and we can talk about it, just like it is. And let's move on to business. We got this young man here. He came out of the AAU circuit. This young man started his career in Newtown High School. Did that, was noticed by a junior college in Dutchess County, New York. Went up there, played tremendously. That another D1 school down in Georgia recognized him, brought him out there. He played, and he's gonna tell you the story, what happened there when I bring him on. But he did that. He went back to the AAU circuit and started his own thing, his own program. Took kids all around the state. Took kids to Vegas. Took kids to Cali to play ball. Took kids places they haven't even been at. They haven't even been on the plane. This young man got sidetracked. I call it sidetracked. You know how it is. You know, we in the street. We try to do two things. Try to do too many things. And the things fall down. But, yo, we dust ourselves off and we get up and start again. Back to the AAU. He always stayed there. He got roots deep in it. He landed. You know, he's going to tell the rest of it. But I'm going to keep it very, very short. He landed in one of the biggest programs in New York City, Rising Stars. He's one of the directors, the assistant director of the program. He also coached 16U, and he's going to tell his story. Mr. Williams, Mr. Malice, I might be saying it wrong, Malice Williams. Let's get a round of applause. He's here today. How you doing, Mr. Williams?
How you doing? How you doing today, man?
All right.
How you doing? It's Molly.
Molly,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
First name Damali, last name Williamson. You know, all the kids, the parents, all of New York City calls me Molly. I'm from Queens, New York. You know, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica.
You got that Caribbean breeze on you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, excuse my mispronouncing. I don't have a communication degree. You went to college. I didn't. I didn't. High school was my last stop. So excuse me.
Listen. How you articulate yourself is
I tried.
Listen, you do a great job.
I tried.
You do a great job. So, you know, let me know what you want to know, Unc.
All right. We're going to get, you played a little ball, but we're going to get and tell us what attracted you to AAU. What attracted you that you stayed there, you coached there, you played there, what attracted you to stay there to this day?
What attracts me to stay to AAU is because of the platform it provides for the kids. Because of the different outlooks and the connections that the kids can make that are possibly life-changing. You know what I mean? In other future endeavors that we don't know what they're going to be involved in. You know, every kid wants to play basketball and wants to be a pro now. That changes by the time you're a sophomore or a junior in college. You know, when you really see that only 300 people make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
And they only got, 100 spots, if that, every year?
Yeah.
Or less? So, like I tell most of the kids that play for me, if you play for a Coach Molly team, you'll be a professional in something.
Okay.
If you buy into the blueprint.
And, like when you first started, the one you started yourself, the Sky Riders, and how that came about.
Well, me and my best friend, JR, we always had the passion for the game, but we both kind of lost the passion for playing at the same time, but we still wanted to help. We still wanted to help kids, and we still wanted to do something with basketball. So, we restarted up an AAU program that we actually both played for when we were younger in the New York City Sky Riders. So what we did was, we funded everything. We had literally only 2 age groups. We had 12 and under, and we had 17U.
Okay.
It was no any other teams involved. It was, and both teams were made up of kids that we had personal relationships with their families. So the team was put together structurally off family and community-based relationships strictly in South Jamaica, Queens.
So how, you don't have to answer this question, but I gotta ask because I know, when I asked you about it, we talked about your resume. how do you fund them flying to different games and these inner city kids that have never been on a plane or never been in another state,
well, to be politically honest and straightforward as much as possible without tainting the lines.
Yeah.
We got a lot of it, through donations.
Okay.
From, certain guys in the community who respected what we were doing, who decided they didn't want to spend their money to go buy new Benz.
Yeah.
They'd much rather give it to me and my best friend to take these kids across the world.
That's nothing wrong with that because, listen, man, the way, long as, wherever it comes from, as long as it goes to a good cause and do a good thing.
Well, it's like, it's the nature, it's the animalistic nature in us. You know what I mean? If you put us in a certain environment, we're gonna increase our wealth from what we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we knew how to write grants and proposals and all of this stuff, I'm pretty sure we would have went that route.
And Nike ain't knocking on the door and say, here. Reebok ain't doing it. Adidas ain't doing it.
They did. After
after you got off the ground.
Yeah. After we
the initially help come from the people you see every day that you pass every day that know these kids. They see you out in the park.
No, I'm gonna be honest. That help came from people who, certain people walk by and clutch their pockets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They see you. They see you in the basketball court, and they drive by. Molly's out there, man. Yo, Molly, come here, man. Here.
Yeah,
Go get some sneakers for the kids. Go get.
Correct.
Correct. Those guys are good too. And we big up those guys too, even though they choose whatever they choose. But they do the right thing. We got guys in the neighborhood like that. You know what I'm saying? They got to do what they got to do, because there's nothing else given to them. But in the same token, it's like these kids, hey, listen, you're doing it right by these kids. Here.
And we also too, not to discredit anyone, we had a lot of guys that, that we had played for initially that respected us off the court because of our maturity and our demeanor. So when it came time for us to do our own thing, they didn't look at us like we were teenagers or kids doing this. They looked at us like, okay, I can see you guys doing this.
Yeah, doing it.
You guys have the mindset to get this done. I'll make that phone call for you.
All right.
You guys need to get in this tournament. Don't worry about it. I'll vouch for you. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of that respect because of how we carried ourselves on the court. So we got it back when it was time to give back to the kids. Yeah.
Let's say that, when you got that traveling luggage and those stickers on it, tell me where you took the kids at. Each sticker, each state, each city.
Well, the first trip we ever did was we went to Miami, Florida. That was the first big trip we did. We went to Miami, Florida to a team at the time called Team Breakdown. They were a Reebok team. They had their own tournament. We went out there and we did pretty good. We ended up losing to the Long Island Lightning in the semifinals. They had Justin Burrell, Corey Fisher. They had a crew. They had a crew. We probably lost to them by like 4 or 5. But it gave everyone else notoriety that we were in the city.
Okay.
Because, when they went there, they were the only New York team on the bill until they saw us. And the kids we had on our team, they was like, hold on, they from New York. So, once they seen us, and they knew us from the neighborhood, I know Shan since I was a kid, And
so where else you went?
So we went from Miami. We did Miami. Then, we started doing all the Charlie Weber tournaments in D.C. and the Maryland and Virginia area. We did the Bob Gibbons one year, got smoked. Then the following year, when, our guys were more of a household name, we did really good. We went to Best of the Summer, which was the top tournament at the time in California. There was no circuits. It was ran by the Pump Brothers. They're big time basketball guys out of California. Went to Las Vegas, lost in the semis. Did Vegas back to back every year. Did Texas. Did Arkansas, real deal on the hill. So pretty much, we were pretty much Indiana. Did the Indiana May Adidas Classic. We lost to. We didn't lose. Well, we actually did lose. We lost to Greg Oden and them in like the semis. Greg Oden, Mike Conley, Daquan Cook, 3 pros. Nothing to talk about, So, and we held our own. We held our own. We held our own. So we pretty much went everywhere that we needed to be. So when it was time to get that funding or apply ourselves to get the funding, we had the resume to get that. They couldn't say, "Oh, you guys never left the city." Yeah. "Oh, you guys was only in the tri-state. You guys only did Pennsylvania and Connecticut." Nah, they know about us on the West Coast.
All right.
So we kind of built up a report card for ourselves that allowed us to start, asking for certain help in certain areas.
All right, so let's speed it up a little bit. How did you get to Rising Star?
I got to Rising Stars to speedball it. After, life has its courses, I had children, and then I started out a small team called LP Fam, the Lincoln Park Bandits. We went all over
Is that Lincoln Park in Jamaica?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
We went all over. We went all over the state, all over the eastern seaboard, I should say. Dominated. Destroyed everybody. Everything on this East Coast, we handled.
And what age was that?
This was 14U. 14U, 8th grade going to 9th grade.
Okay.
Well, 7th and 8th grade was the years when I came back out after, I had children, had to take a little back seat. My wife wasn't a fan of it yet, but, as time went on, she fell in love with it, and she took the leash off. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
She took the leash off. She said, okay, you could go run with other people's kids again. So, I started to do it, and by us knocking off everyone, it gave me the opportunity to join the New York Rings.
Okay.
Which is, a top Nike program in the city. So when I joined the New York Rings, which I was at for...
And what'd you do for them?
I was a coach.
Okay.
I started out with the middle school, 8th grade. Then I moved up every year. And, I was one of the guys that was bringing in most of the top talent in the program.
You was a head coach or the side?
Assistant. I was always assistant at New York Rings.
Okay.
Because time and with my regular 9 to 5, I couldn't make the head coaching commitment. So I was more of the lead recruiter on the teams that I was coaching on. I was responsible for bringing in that 5-star and that 4-star kid.
Okay.
If the kid was the next kid and he was in South Dakota, it was my job to go get him and get him in a New York Rings uniform.
So you like not only coach, you like a master recruiter.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That is my strong suit. I do have a really good eye for talent. Really good eye. So, with that being said, they gave me the opportunity and I was there for about 6 years. Some things happened, last summer with the New York Rings on the road, personal things. And, I didn't like the way they handled it. So I had to, part ways.
Okay.
So, the Rings, I will never ever say anything bad about the Rings. They a beautiful place, beautiful people, and, they're going to give you every opportunity that you need.
Okay. So you at Rising Star right now?
Yes. So, a good friend of mine's and, a mentor, Willis, he's a director over there at the Rising Stars. He's always helped me in everything I did. He's also a principal at Lawrence Middle School in Lawrence, New York. So he used to always give me gym time for free when I was starting out again for nothing. So we always kept that relationship. And when it was time for me to go somewhere, he opened his arms and said, "Molly, I got assistant director spot for you over here.
All right.
We're gonna appreciate you and give you some love.
You ever meet Jason over there? I know Jason Williams is running the program.
No, he's not running it, but he's on the board.
Oh, he's on the board.
He's definitely on the board.
Oh, he's the face, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he's
and
not physically running.
I met Jason earlier in my earlier days because
Okay.
I played for the student athlete Broncos.
Okay.
With Doc McNeil. God bless the dead.
Okay.
So, I knew Jason prior to that.
All right. All right, man. So you got a lot of basketball, a lot of AAU basketball.
Yes. That's why when certain people hear my name involved with recruiting certain kids, they can't say too much.
So you got to comment on reclass because we had some dynamite young men.
I'm a fan of it if it's necessary. Meaning if a kid is coming out of 8th grade, right, and he's a 70 average student, that clearly lets you know he's not ready for high school. Okay. Reasons why?
What do you mean 70 average?
Like he has a 70.
Like he's
a 70 average student.
That's not a good grade. It's
a good grade, but he's averaging. He has a 70 average.
I know it's not a great grade.
It's not a great grade, but
you got to improve.
Look at it this way, right? In middle school, from 8th grade down, it's a lot of policing as a parent.
Oh yeah.
So with all this policing going on, he's a 70 average student. Okay. Right? Now when he gets to 9th grade, there's nobody policing him.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, they got to.
What do you think is going to happen now with this free time and leisure time?
This is why we got to reach these young kids, because high school starts the beginning of being a student athlete. Correct. And that's the beginning. That's where it starts, and it don't end until you get out of college.
It doesn't. It don't
end. Till you get out of college, and kids got to understand the responsibility of being a student athlete.
I think that it needs to be on a more severe platform because of the way that the world is going towards athletes. It's just not shut up and shoot the basketball anymore or you're a dumb jock. Yeah. You have certain athletes that are in positions professionally that are doing some really great things off the court that has nothing to do with basketball. So we need to gear our student athletes from some of these inner cities to more geared towards stuff like that, like technology and the tech stuff. You know what I mean? We need to really put our kids in a lot better programs as basketball players, because what we do as coaches is we don't give them another outlet besides basketball. We don't be like, okay, you make it, what do you want to do with your money? We don't have these conversations. It's always, oh, you're gonna make it, go buy your mother a house, make sure your daddy got a Bentley and a Rolex. You understand? That's what it is.
A bunch of girls and hang-ons.
It is. You understand? Like, if you look at, we had this conversation on the phone, not to get off topic, but if you look at the NBA draft in the last 2 years, if you don't have a phenomenal support system, you're not getting drafted. Wow. If you're coming with any baggage or any kind of knickknacks on your report, on your player report card or student athlete report card, these teams are not drafting you to give you all this money so you can go to the club and fuck it off. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's a tremendous program to start you, watch what you put on your Twitter, your Facebook,
Correct.
Ask your friends because, you're not going to know what to do when you get these resources. And, you're getting out of, some of them is getting out of the situation. Like, broken homes and inner city things. And I'm not saying everybody's like that. But some of them getting out of the situation and they seeing that when they give them this resource, they go out and mess up.
But
and that's most of them,
To be devil's advocate, a lot of coaches don't know how to identify with trauma. They just see the basketball side. Wow. that's the bigger part of that's a major part of fixing the student athlete part.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these kids have certain learned behaviors and certain family traumas that we're not identifying as coaches because we're not looking past the talent and what we see right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Luckily, you know, I worked in the jail for 7 years with juveniles, and I was able to identify certain things by working there through ACS with the trauma.
Yeah.
So I identified it a lot in a lot of my basketball players early. So a lot of my earlier kids, I had to take them outside of the home.
Yeah.
Because I seen like, okay, I could preach this message to you all day.
Yeah.
And you're going right back to this learned behavior situation.
Insane trauma. And then, you know, they reach their potential and then they burn out. You be like, why the hell? What the hell? How did this happen? You know?
So, you know, they end up not making it. And they like, people's like, why they didn't make it, this and the third, because I tried to keep them away from the trauma that was going to hold them back.
Yeah.
But the trauma and the love at home was so much more.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I can't fault you for loving who you love. Mm-hmm. You know, these people raised you. These people brought you in this world.
Yeah, we coming up to the break in a minute. I'm gonna cue you in. And you brought two prospects here, and we're gonna talk about that when we come off the break.
Definitely the next up in the city.
They're the what?
Definitely the next up in the city.
All right. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna ask some of them some questions and see what's going on with them. And we got a couple of videos for the of them playing, and we're gonna shoot that up. So Joe, take us out to the break, and we'll be right back. Podcast show. We're back in our brand new state-of-the-art Studio A, the home of the podcast show, NYC U Sports. I'm your host, Coach Uncle Milt, and I'm here to tell you about we're here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other social media sites. We're here to talk about and to promote youth sports in NYC and the surrounding counties. Our hotlines are going to be open at 347-776-7070. That's 347-776-7070. And we could talk about any topic that's going on in youth sports. What we need you to do for us at the podcast show is to support us. And the way you can support us is hitting that subscribe button on YouTube, giving us a comment. We value your views, we value your comments and your and things like that to help us. Support us. Support our. We got a T-shirt donation. Support that. We teamed up with Amazon. Support that, and also give us support for our donations to the show, because with that support, we can help youth sports in NYC and the surrounding counties. Now, these are the information you need to know. You got our hotline. We got a new website coming out. It's finally getting the final touch on it. It's nycusports.org. It's nyc.usports.org, not .com. We also take views and comments on our Gmail page, also at nycusports at nycusports podcast show at gmail.com. That's nycusports podcast show at gmail.com. So come and support us. Give us your views. Subscribe to our show and come enjoy the conversation, and let's talk about it, and the saga begins. I'm Uncle Mill, and I'm out. Advertise with us at NYC U Sports Podcast Show. We offer your business to get in on the ground floor of a fast-moving podcast world. Advertise your products, your services, your events, your fundraisers, games, and tournaments with us with a video or voice ad on our show. For more info, call us at 347-776-7070. That's 347-776-7070, or on our new website at nycusports.org. That's nycusports.org, or email us at nycusportspodcast nycusportspodcastshow@gmail.com. That's nycusportspodcastshow@gmail.com. Fundraising is the key to accumulate resources to help kids in youth sports. We at the Podcast Show NYC Youth Sports, a nonprofit 501c, dedicate our time and resources to take on this task. With your help, we can raise funds to invest in events, games, the Podcast Show, in return create sponsorships, school grants for future athletes, sports equipment, apparel and travel, and so much more. There's 3 ways you can help us. With a $25 donation, we partner up with Amazon that we have our podcast t-shirts on their site. 2, you can cash up us a donation any size that would be appreciative. Is at NYC Youth Sports Cash App or 347-776-7070. That's 347-776-7070. And this is the last thing. And if you can't do number 1 and you can never do number 2, please do this. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe and leave a comment. That's all we ask. These 3 things, and you'll be helping our show tremendously for us to help kids. Okay? So these 3 things, and leave your comments, call our hotline, and view us every Wednesday, 8 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook group, and all the other media sites. Thank you for listening. We're back. We're back with Mr. Williamson. He brought 2 young men here. They're supposed to be the hottest or the upcoming hottest ball players in New York City. I'm gonna let Mr. Williamson introduce them. Who's the young man next to you?
We got Talik Weeks, formerly of Cardinal Hayes, now at South Shore High School. The leader of the 7 p.m. project.
Okay.
The lead guy of Team Weeks.
Okay.
And then we got to his left, we got Mr. Sharp.
Mr. Sharp.
Khalik Sharp, Brooklyn's finest.
Okay.
By way of Far Rockaway.
All right. So, Mr. Weeks, what position you play?
Small forward.
Small forward?
Yeah.
You got a little
Wow.
little size to be a small forward. You should be grabbing reeds and pushing people out the paint.
That's
okay.
Old school stuff, man.
It's old school?
I mean,
I don't know. I'm an old school. I used to play high school ball.
That's that chocolate thunder stuff.
Yeah, I had to get people out the paint, man.
I mean, it's Daryl Dawkins 2.0.
I don't know what ball they playing now, man. I don't know where they pick up. So you got a good mid range shot.
Yeah.
How's your dribbling?
Excellent.
Okay, we're gonna see some tape on that.
Let's be modest.
Dunking the ball.
Yeah.
Can you beat somebody off the dribble?
Of course.
Going to the hole? Okay.
Of course.
All right. So what college you want to go to?
Kentucky. That's my dream school.
Kentucky. So what are you at? What are you, a junior?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
All right. So it's a tough year because it's COVID, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. They're gonna take care of last year's class first, far as scholarships and things like that.
Correct.
They're gonna take care.
I think 2020, and I think they just pushed it up to 2021. I think they waived the SATs. They
waived it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough for juniors this year because they're not gonna get a fair. They're not gonna get the fair. Or they're gonna wait till they seniors.
Yes. Well, the juniors this year, they might not get a fair shot if there's no high school season. But I'm pretty sure between the NCAA and all the other high school divisions and stuff and associations, they'll probably figure out something to get these kids seen and get them some of these kids scholarship. But it goes to show, parents, please, if you guys are at a program, please make sure your program could make these phone calls.
Okay.
So your kids could get seen.
All right. So who's your favorite player, Mr. Weeks?
Favorite player?
Your favorite player?
Anthony Davis.
And your favorite team?
Lakers.
Everybody like the Lakers, man. You sure that's the Lakers, man?
Yeah. Anthony Davis my favorite
Not because
player.
they won everything?
Nah, Anthony Davis is my favorite player.
Okay.
I got a good Anthony Davis story, too.
Right? Yeah?
Good one.
All right, so what college you want to go to again?
Kentucky.
And what's your second pick? Second pick.
Better show some local love.
Seton Hall.
Seton Hall?
Yeah.
That's Jersey. That's Philly or Jersey?
Jersey.
That's Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Seton Hall? Okay. Are you staying in the Big? Is he still in the Big East? Big East? Shout out. All right. Kentucky. Yeah. You make that. You can make that. You know? All right, so on the young man next to you. What's your name, young man?
My name is Khalid Shah.
Khalid Shah. Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. What high school you go to?
I go to Malloy in Queens.
Oh, you go to Cardinal? Cardinal?
Archbishop Malloy.
Archbishop. Okay.
Yeah.
Who went there? Kenny Smith?
Kenny Smith and Kenny Anderson.
And Kenny Anderson. All right. All right. So how long? I mean, what are you, junior?
Nah, I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
Okay. And what position you play?
I'm a combo guard. I play point guard and shooting guard, but predominantly point guard.
Point guard. You know, distribute that rock?
Yeah.
All right. How's your defense?
My defense is good.
Your defense got to be good, man.
It is.
You got to be, picking pockets and everything.
Defense keep you on the floor.
How's that crossover?
That's all right.
It's work? It still need work?
Yeah.
All right, so you play varsity or junior varsity?
I played junior varsity
Play
last year.
junior
This
varsity.
year I'm playing varsity.
You gonna play varsity? Okay, you putting that work in. You putting that work in. With Mr. Williams and his team. All right, he's key.
Politically speaking, he should have played varsity last year.
Oh, he was that good.
But we're not gonna get into that. He still goes there.
You got to go in there and say, I'm taking somebody's spot.
That's what the car rides are.
Listen,
that's what the car rides consist of these days.
You look at them juniors and juniors and seniors. He's like, I'm sorry, brother. I'm gonna take your spot today. You're a little bit too slow. And you got to work hard. I'm telling you, if you work hard and you're the fastest up the court, and you go after the ball and you all over the place, that's me. Get it? Yeah. They be looking at you different. But good luck with that. Man. So, what college you want to go to?
I got a few picks, but as of right now, Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
All right. You down there in Miami. Okay. So, what's the second pick?
Second pick, I'm reaching for blue bloods like Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, like blue bloods, like any one of those schools.
Okay.
After, yeah.
No local love?
Like a school I would want to go to.
He want to get out of New York.
I hear you.
And it seems like he want to stay in the South too.
I hear you.
You want to stay in the South.
Listen. You already know Coach is gonna make whatever phone call you need to make, as long as you're ready.
So Coach, where we go see these guys play?
They all each have their individual dream schools and stuff. But as far as
we got no tournaments
as weeks, I like Weeks in the Big East.
Okay.
I like him in the A10. Kalik, I like SEC.
Uh-huh.
He hit it right on the head.
Okay.
I like the SEC for Kalik. I like the Big East. I like A10. I think he has the speed. The athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to get the IQ up there. Bully's the same thing. They both have.
You mean basketball IQ?
Correct.
Yeah, that's very important.
I'm not worried about them in the classroom.
Yeah, that's very important.
Kalik is actually a pretty good student.
Yeah.
His dad don't play that.
Yeah, he goes to Archbishop. He going there.
Ain't no. You can't get on the floor unless you got a 90 ball.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And look at a lot of film, and always study the game. I mean, study your position. Know what you're supposed to do in your position. Like you say, know it like your eyes are closed. Know it real good, And from there, from your position, know what the power forward does. Know what the center does. If you know your position, that's another way of staying on the court. Because that's like having a coach out in the court. Coach depends on you. You know what and be right, because a lot of people might say, "Oh man, you just telling me what to do." But if you know what you're doing, then and be right. They're like
What did I just say in the car coming here about you got to be my voice on the court? Because everybody's not going to be susceptible to me yelling at them.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a time. I literally just had this conversation with him coming here.
Hey, you know, the good thing is, because some people do this, Coach, you know that. Because you yell and they yell. You don't have to be a yeller.
No.
You could be, you could be a soft-spoken guy. It's not just go right here. That's what Coach talking about. Go right here. Yeah, good. And that encouragement. Because, son, you got to play that good and bad cop role. That good and bad cop role, you got to play that. And, you know, and they see, and one other thing, you got to do it right. And if the coach yell at you, you can't get mad. Yeah, coach, my bad. So that's being leadership right there. It was like, damn, he can be the best player and the coach can yell at him. Wow. So, you know, it's easy to get them on your side and everything. So we got some film on these young men. You know, before we go, let me cue it up. Before we go, all right, say your names. You got an upcoming, so people will know it. Mr. Weeks.
My name is Talik Weeks, a.k.a. Bully.
Colleague Short.
No AKA?
Nah, you know.
And then you speak a little bit in the camera, Bully. You might be a radio host. Guy, let's say that again.
He's a little man. Don't get a name.
Oh, look, he got that radio voice.
Crazy.
So
He got that 12 p.m. voice.
Yo, he got that
12 a.m. voice.
So you know what to take up in college communications. Mm-hmm. You might,
sports broadcasting.
Just in case, it's just in case it don't work out. You know, you can get on this mic and make something happen.
I can see you. I can see you. You know,
Scotty.
Yeah.
I can see you. Talik Weeks coming in with the 12 a.m. sports report.
Yeah.
You know, channel 98.5.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's always have. I say. I don't like to say a fallback thing, but something, keep you grounded. Like, it starts off as a hobby and you're doing it, and then, off the off season you get better at it. Some people like to be trainers. Some people, a lot of athletes go into sports casting. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And after you finish playing the game, you got to find something to channel that same
passion and energy.
A
lot of people go to coaching.
So
that's it, man. I wish a young man. We're gonna show you a video, and I wish young man, the most. I wouldn't say luck. Keep working. If you keep working, things will happen. Keep working. Stay grounded. Stay humble. Listen to your coaches. Listen to your mom and dad. And keep working. And not only work on the field, work off the field. Working on books is very important. Work just as hard in them books, because a student athlete is student first, athlete second. And you're going to get anywhere in sports. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart at it. So, I wish you guys luck. We're going to show some film on them. Thank you, Mr. Williamson, showing up. It's like I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Our doors and phone lines always open for you. When you start getting your tournaments and things, please invite us.
Definitely.
We'll be down there.
Definitely.
Be down there. Watch these young men play. And thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate it.
Most of all.
So we're gonna see these films, and we got some football business to take care of in Brooklyn. We was out there by the Renegade Field. It was a great day out there. It was a Big Apple event. The only business in town is Big Apple, and they got some great games. And let's see what they got. We're back. You know, we want to thank Mr. Williamson. I want to apologize to his missus. I mispronounce a lot of names and a lot of things. I'm still saying subscribe. It's supposed to be, you know, I got that wrong, you know. But like I said, I'm not a communication major. I'm just a businessman, you know, trying to do things for kids and run a program. But I'm getting better as I go. Yeah, we're going to move it on. We got a great football week. Big Apple is the only business in town. That's it. Let's keep it what it is. Let's keep it real. There's nothing else but Big Apple right now. Next year might be a whole other things, but that's next season, right? And they had something in Brooklyn. They had some games in Brooklyn, and we're going to run them down. We got a little video of that, too. We're going to queue up and play. But just like I said, it was a Renegade Field in Canarsie, Brooklyn, and 8U division, the Chiefs 14 and the Renegade 0. The 9U division, the Chiefs 20 and the Legends. This is a brand new team, the Legends 0. That game was like really, 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 really bad. You know, I mean, from the start. So I think they did like the little mercy rule on it. Like, you know, they let the time go. The 10U division is the Chiefs 13 and Renegades 13. It was a tie. That was a good game. They tied it up. At the end, they left with a tie. The 11U division, it was the Renegades 7 and the Chiefs. This is the second week that the offense kind of like they have to find their offense somehow. It was 0. You know, they have to kind of find their offense. They're going to have to, coach is going to have to get together and figure it out, you know, and say, you know, where our offense went. But they'll figure it out. But it was a tough game. It was a good game, a defensive battle. Shout out to the Renegades defensive squad. You know, I used to coach with the brother, you know, Marcus. Shout out to him. He called a good defensive game. The defensive coordinator from 11U on the Chiefs called a good defensive game. And at the end, someone had to win, someone had to lose. 12U, it was the Bombers 14, Mavericks 0. 13U was another tie. Another great game. The Renegades against the Mavericks, it was 7-7, and they left with a tie. And that's it, man. But we got great news coming out of Studio A. We just picked up a gem. You know, the D1 Nation podcast is coming out in November, and we got Ralph Draper on the phone. How you doing, Ralph?
How's it going?
It's good. How's everything going, man? How's your health?
Everything's straight, you know, just recovering. Had a little surgery, but, you know, I'm going strong, man. So
All
I'm
right. You know, when you get back on your feet, you know, you're going to come in here and you're going to do your thing, man. You know, what you bringing to us? What you bringing to us?
Definitely, man. I'm happy to be teaming up with you guys over there at the New York Youth Sports Podcast Show. This is a big opportunity for us and for you guys to be promoting youth sports, not just in New York that you're specializing in, but we're bringing it on a whole nother level on the national side.
Yes.
You know, we're going to be doing not just the Northeast rankings, the New York rankings that we have. We're going to be bringing all the 15 states that D1 is representing. We're going to be bringing those rankings as well.
Yes.
Put it out there for everybody to see who's the best of the best, so you know who you want to play.
Yes, I like that. I always want the kids to talk. The kids to talk on the field, and these grown-ups need to not talk. They need to give it to the kids and let the kids play. The kids block and tackle. The kids run and jump. So, you know, exactly. I like giving it to the kids.
Got Instagram pages and all that stuff anyway, so when they know they're about to play somebody that's nationally ranked, of course the kids are going to be talking about it. That makes it even more fun when they get out there. Yeah.
And so, you know, Ralph Draper is going to be bringing us scores and highlights, stats, guys, stats, and ranking. So we're going to know what we gonna know what little Joe, 14, how many yards he ran. We gonna know how many sacks Jonathan had. You know, we gonna be doing stats. So the number game, stop all the talking.
Exactly.
Stop all the talking. You know, everybody can talk. This the guy, the best in the city, best in the country. We have stats. That's his numbers. So we gonna put all that together, you know, and this is one of the building blocks of having a youth sports show, a real youth sports show. You know, you can get on the mic and you can talk and you can laugh and you can joke and you can eat chicken and you can do all this other stuff. You know, we try to build a youth sports show, not just football, basketball, soccer, baseball, everything. You know, and we're the first one in the city is going to do it, brick by brick, block by block. So I'm excited, man, Mr. Draper, to have you on one of our channels.
You and me both, man. This is the first for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
You know, you coming in the Studio A. We're gonna figure out the days and the times, and you're gonna hear from us. But we glad that we teamed up together. So you know, we this is gonna be real good, man, for the city and for the country. All right.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
All right, man. So I'm not gonna hold you all day. I want you to rest, man. I want you to rest because we got a lot of ideas coming and a lot of things to do, man. So I want to thank you for calling in and talking to us about it, you know. And we want to get you in. We want to get you in on the show. I mean, hopefully maybe the first week of the month, and we can launch it off and everything.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Mr. All right, Mr. Draper. You have a good night. Thank you for calling in.
No problem. Thank you for everything, man.
All right. That's it. You know, we growing. We growing every day, and that's what it is. We got the videotape of the only business in town, Big Apple. You know, we got the videotape of the games and the highlights and things, and we're gonna cue it up. And I see you back after the video. We got it queued up, Joe. Now, did I say hello to you, Joe?
Nah, you didn't.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. Listen,
it's all good, man.
Man, we taking care of some business. What's up, Joe? How's everything, man?
I'm good. Can't complain.
How's the family?
They good.
Everything
good?
Everything
yes,
good?
Man.
Yeah, I had a little treatment today. I had a little surgery on my finger. Finally got that together. It hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sounds painful.
It was painful, man. I had to get a little thing off my finger, and they wanted to do it right there, and I wasn't mentally ready for it. And I was sitting in the surgery room crying like a little baby. I don't like needles. No, I don't, man. I'm like the elephant, don't like the mouse. I don't like needles, man. I don't want no lollipops. I don't want nothing. I just don't want no needles. You know. So here we go. Let's just get it. Matter of fact, let's take the break, and we're going to come back from the break going right into the video because we at the top of the hour. All right, here. NYC Youth Sports Podcast Show. Uncle Milk, we going to the break. I'll see you back. We're back in our brand new state-of-the-art Studio A, the home of the podcast show, NYC Youth Sports. I'm your host, Coach Uncle Milk, and I'm here to tell you about we're here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other social media sites. We're here to talk about and to promote youth sports in NYC and the surrounding counties. Our hotlines are going to be open at 347-776-7070. That's 347-776-7070. And we could talk about...
go! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Come out!
That's right, Dylan! Come on, baby!
Oh, we out! We out! We out! We out! Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Xavier! Xavier!
Go, Dylan! Right through, Dylan! That's right! Let's go! Yep, just like that! Not nasty!
Go get a tackle!
Watch that ball! That's right! That's right! Get that ball! Get that ball! Oh, y'all play like... You should have been there last week. You would have agreed with me. Why are you so hyped?
Here we go, Cass! Abraham, you better eat! Damn.
I see her open the pan in the pork. I want some. What? Okay. Woo! Yo, bring it up.
There you go. Go ahead. Go that way. Come in motion. Motion. You gotta make that play. That's me. Ready, Nate? Oh, that's me. Go, George. Go, George. Go. Yo, Estefan! Estefan! Let's go, keep running! Watch the corner! Get the ball! Princeton, stop hesitating. Right there, right there. He was in there that play. J-Man, move up. Stop tiptoeing. Below, come on, back. Below, huddle. For what? There you go. That's out, that's out. Get in his face, Salo. Oh, he moved. I was so...
We're back, man. That was a nice video. We want to thank Mr. Ellis from Sights and Sounds for providing that video for us, man. It wasn't for this man, we wouldn't have no video. So he's another one that we bringing on the board. We're gonna bring him on the board and bring him aboard and do some things because he has the capability of filming games, and we're gonna build a sports network around good people who's willing to work hard and work for the main point is kids in the sport, and everything else will come after that. So we're steady building our network. We're gonna close tonight, man. We had a good show. Thank you for Mr. Williamson, Coach Williamson, and the two prospects he brought up here, Mr. Weeks and Mr. Sharper. Those are young kids on top of their game, and we wish them a whole lot of luck. And they work hard, and then we'll be hearing their names in the collegiate level soon. I'm going to thank Mr. Joe and everybody that support the podcast, out there. We'll be going into a couple of different directions. We got a couple of people that's not with us anymore, but that's okay. We're going to keep moving. We got fresh prospects coming up we're going to be getting into and everything. And that's what it is. Thank you thank you D1 Nation, Mr. Draper, Raphael Draper out there, he gets well, and that's what it is, 18 episodes in. We will continue. We'll be here next week with a brand new show, brand new content. I'm Uncle Milt. Great ideas coming to life, and we out.
I got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it.